Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you intentionally chose peace? Maybe you took a deep breath, decided not to react, or simply stayed quiet, hoping it would bring calm to the moment, only to discover that your tranquility actually seemed to unsettle those around you? It's a strange feeling, isn't it? You expect your calmness to be contagious, to help others relax, but instead, it seems to create a ripple of discomfort. Suddenly, your peace becomes the very thing that disrupts the room, and you're left wondering why your serenity is causing such a stir. Your stillness, your refusal to get swept up in the chaos, can actually make others uneasy. It's as if your quiet presence is louder than any words you could say. In a world that often values noise, reaction, and drama, choosing to remain calm can feel almost rebellious. People might glance at you, puzzled or even frustrated because your lack of reaction stands out. It's not that you're doing anything wrong, quite the opposite, but your peace can highlight the tension or anxiety that others are carrying, and that can be uncomfortable for them to face. The truth is, your peace isn't the problem. It's more like a mirror, quietly reflecting back the inner turmoil or restlessness that others might be feeling. When you remain centered and composed, it can unintentionally shine a light on the areas where others feel unsettled. Your calmness becomes a silent invitation for them to notice their own discomfort. And sometimes, that's not an easy thing for people to accept. When you stop reacting, when you choose not to match the emotional energy in the room, it forces others to confront their own feelings and behaviors. They can no longer rely on you to validate their reactions or join in their emotional dance. Instead, they're left with their own energy, and that can be a powerful, if sometimes uncomfortable, experience. Your stillness becomes a gentle challenge, encouraging others to look inward and consider why they feel the way they do. Think of it like a dance. Imagine two people moving in perfect sync, each step and gesture matched. Suddenly, one person stops moving. The other, still caught up in the rhythm, stumbles, unsure of what to do next. The flow is interrupted, and there's a moment of awkwardness. That's what happens when you choose peace in a situation where everyone else is caught up in emotional movement. Your stillness disrupts the pattern, and it can leave others feeling off balance. You've stopped moving, and those around you are left to navigate the change. They might feel confused, even frustrated, because the unspoken rules of engagement have shifted. Your refusal to participate in the usual back and forth can make others question their own roles and reactions. It's as if you've changed the music mid-song, and now everyone has to find a new way to move. Sometimes people might even accuse you of not caring or being detached. But often, that's just their own disorientation speaking. They're used to a certain dynamic, and when you don't play along, it can feel threatening. Your calmness isn't a lack of empathy. It's a conscious choice to protect your own energy and not get swept up in unnecessary drama. Your peace challenges others to reflect on their own roles in their lives and relationships. It invites them to consider why they react the way they do, and whether those reactions are truly serving them. Sometimes your serenity can inspire others to seek their own calm, to step back and reassess their patterns. Other times it might simply make them uncomfortable, and that's okay too. What you're doing is quietly revolutionary. By choosing peace, you're shifting the dynamic without saying a word. You're showing that it's possible to remain grounded even when everything around you feels chaotic. And in doing so, you give others permission to do the same, if they choose. There's no need for guilt. Your peace is a gift, both to yourself and to those around you, even if it takes time for others to appreciate it. Remember, you're not responsible for how others react to your peace. Your only responsibility is to maintain your own sense of calm and well-being. Let others have their reactions, and trust that in time, your example might inspire them to find their own peace as well. Stay true to yourself, and let your serenity be your strength. Your calm acts as a mirror, quietly reflecting the world around you. In the midst of noise, chaos, and constant movement, your stillness stands out. It's not just a lack of reaction, it's a presence, a gentle force that radiates peace even when everything else feels turbulent. When you remain composed in a busy environment, your energy becomes a silent statement, a subtle reminder that peace is possible even in the most hectic situations. This calmness can be unsettling to those who are used to living in a state of chaos. When people are accustomed to drama, conflict, or emotional turbulence, your tranquility can feel foreign, even threatening. It disrupts the patterns they know, making them question their own reactions and behaviors. Sometimes, your calm presence can make others feel exposed, as if their inner turmoil is suddenly more visible. Imagine someone shouting in an empty room, their voice echoing off the walls with no one to argue back. Without resistance, their anger has nowhere to go. Your calmness creates a similar effect. When you don't engage with their agitation, it's as if you're holding up a mirror, showing them the true nature of their emotions without adding fuel to the fire. Your tranquility echoes their own turmoil back to them, not through words, but through presence. It's a silent reflection, a gentle nudge that encourages self-awareness. In your stillness, they may begin to notice the storm within themselves, perhaps for the first time. Your lack of reaction forces them to confront their emotions head-on. Without someone to blame or argue with, they are left with their own feelings, their own discomfort. This can be a powerful, even uncomfortable experience. It's easier to project anger or frustration onto someone else than to sit with it alone. When you don't react, they can't blame you for their feelings anymore. The responsibility for their emotions returns to them, and that can be both liberating and challenging. Some may feel lost or confused, unsure of how to process what they're experiencing without your participation in the conflict. Your peace isn't an accusation. It's not meant to shame or judge. Instead, it simply exists as a contrast to their agitation. It's a quiet reminder that there is another way to respond, another way to be, even in difficult moments. This contrast can be striking. Side by side, your calmness highlights their stress, making it more apparent. For some, this is uncomfortable. They may feel exposed or vulnerable. For others, it can be eye-opening, a moment of realization that sparks change. Some may resent this mirror you hold up. They might see your calm as indifference or even as a challenge to their way of being. It's not uncommon for people to react defensively when confronted with something unfamiliar, especially when it reveals parts of themselves they'd rather not see. But others might be inspired. Your calm can serve as a beacon, a source of hope that it's possible to navigate life's storms with grace. They may begin to seek out their own peace, learning from your example and striving to cultivate that same sense of inner stillness. In this way, your calm becomes an invitation, a gentle offer to experience a different way of being. It's not about forcing change, but about showing what's possible. Sometimes just being present and steady is enough to encourage others to find their own calm. Remember, you're not responsible for the choices others make in response to your calm. You can't control how they feel or how they react. Your role is simply to hold space, to maintain your own peace, and to offer a steady presence in the midst of whatever storms may arise. Ultimately, you are only responsible for holding the mirror steady, reflecting back what is, without judgment or expectation. In doing so, you offer others the opportunity to see themselves more clearly and perhaps to find their own path to peace. Your peace highlights others' need for control. They orchestrate drama to feel powerful, relying on your reactions. When you remain peaceful, their system collapses. They lose control, feeling exposed and helpless. Their behavior might escalate, trying to provoke you back. Your peace shows true power comes from self-mastery, not control over others. You're not taking their power, you're simply keeping yours. Relationships often assign roles, creating a predictable script. When you prioritize peace, you throw away the script. Others are left without their expected cues, feeling lost. They might accuse you of changing, but it's their discomfort speaking. Your new role requires them to reevaluate their own. Embrace the change. It's not a betrayal, but an allegiance to yourself. Let them adjust or exit the stage. Peace isn't passive, it's a powerful choice. It takes strength to resist old habits and react calmly. Serenity is about mastering your feelings, not avoiding them. Holding your center requires presence and self-awareness. Your peace redefines strength as self-regulation, not dominance. You're not backing down, you're rising up. Each calm response builds resilience and grace. Let others mistake your serenity for weakness. Your strength is unshakable. Detachment is often misunderstood as indifference. It's about respecting yourself, not disrespecting others. Healthy detachment means not getting entangled in draining dynamics. It's supporting without self-destruction. Disrespect dismisses others. Detachment honors boundaries. When accused of disrespect, remember your boundary is self-respect. Love yourself enough to stay whole so you can love others fully. Boundaries teach others how to treat you. For some, your boundaries feel like rejection. They hear, "I don't care," instead of, "I need to protect my energy." Your boundary forces them to confront their dependence on your availability. Hold your boundary with compassion, reassuring them of your care. Some will adapt, others won't. Your peace depends on maintaining your boundaries, even if it feels like rejection to them. Balancing self-care and caring for others is crucial. Self-care is about replenishment, not selfishness. It's setting boundaries and refusing harmful dynamics. Disregarding others is intentional harm or neglect. Your actions should protect your well-being, not punish others. You're not disregarding others, you're valuing yourself equally. This is the beginning of true compassion. This journey is about authenticity. It's about peeling back the layers you've built up over the years, the expectations, the roles, the masks you've worn to fit in or to please others. As you pause and reflect, you begin to notice the difference between who you truly are and who you've been conditioned to be. This is the first step, recognizing that your true self has always been there, quietly waiting beneath the surface, ready to emerge when you're willing to listen. The peaceful you is your true self, not the reactive role you played. When you find moments of stillness, whether it's through meditation, a walk in the park, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts, you reconnect with that inner calm. This is the version of you that isn't swayed by chaos or drama, the one who responds thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. It's in these moments that you remember, your essence is peace, not turmoil. Choosing your true self means inner alignment over outer approval. It's about making decisions that honor your values, even if they go against the grain. Sometimes, this means saying no to things that don't resonate with you, or stepping away from situations that drain your energy. It's not always easy, but each choice you make in favor of your authentic self strengthens your sense of inner alignment. Your authenticity challenges others' comfort with the old you. When you start showing up as your true self, people who are used to your old patterns may feel unsettled. They might question your changes or try to pull you back into familiar roles. Remember, this is a natural part of the process. Your growth can be a mirror for others, reflecting back what they may not be ready to face in themselves. Embrace the discomfort your growth causes. It's part of the process. Growth isn't always comfortable for you or for those around you. But every time you choose to respond with calm instead of reacting with old habits, you're rewiring your patterns. You're teaching yourself and those around you that peace is possible even in challenging moments. This discomfort is a sign that you're moving in the right direction. You're creating space for those who love the authentic you. As you become more aligned with your true self, you naturally attract relationships that honor and support your authenticity. The people who truly care for you will adapt, offering encouragement and understanding. These connections become deeper and more meaningful, built on a foundation of honesty and mutual respect. Stand firm in your truth. Let your peace guide you. In a world that often values conformity, it takes courage to remain true to yourself. But as you continue to choose authenticity, you'll find that your inner peace becomes your compass. It will guide you through uncertainty, helping you navigate challenges with grace and confidence. The world will adjust to your new reality. As you embody your true self, those around you will begin to respond differently. Some may resist, but others will be inspired by your example. Over time, your authenticity will create a ripple effect, encouraging others to embrace their own truth. Remember, the journey to your true self is ongoing, but every step you take brings more peace, fulfillment, and genuine connection into your life.